As a NATO member, Denmark's attitude towards Russia has been consistent with that of most Western countries. After the Ukraine war, the country vowed to quickly become independent of Russian gas. But it appears like Mother Nature is not willing to allow Denmark to do so. Want to know why? Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Vedika, and if you haven't subscribed to the TFI Global channel yet, hit the subscribe button right away. As the West took Russia at the helm, Russia in payback curbed supplies following the Ukraine war. Last week, Gazprom restricted gas flows through the Nord Stream pipeline to Germany to 20% of capacity, citing issues with equipment. Although Denmark is on the safe side for present, but the future might be highly unpleasant for it. Its gas reserves are about 85% filled, which is as per the mandate of the European Union. But in the long term, Denmark is also entering the red zone. The Danish government had great expectations from its Tyra 2 gas field in the North Sea as its redevelopment was underway. But some recent consequences have developed concern within Copenhagen. Total Energies, the French multinational integrated energy and a petroleum company, has announced a delay of the redevelopment of the Tyra gas field. In a recent press release, the company declared that the work on rebuilding the field will be delayed for at least a year. This means the deliveries of gas from the North Sea won't be possible until the winter season of next year. The Tyra field used to supply 90% of the natural gas to Denmark until its closure in September 2019. As the seabed beneath the Tyra field sunk as a result of the extraction, it was necessary to renovate the infrastructure. The Danish government vowed to refurbish 8 old platforms, build some additional terminals, and revamp the process modules. But due to rippling effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, the supply chains and workforce shortages have affected the construction of the process modules. Denmark consumed 2.15 billion cubic meters of gas in 2021, whereas it is anticipated that Tyra 2 would be able to produce 2.8 billion cubic meters of gas per year once it is finished. Copenhagen had expected that it would be able to wean off from Russian dependency with the help of Tyra 2 by next summer, but this doesn't seem to be the case now. In June, Denmark became a victim of Russian counter-aggression as Gazprom stopped gas supplies to Shell Energy Europe and Denmark's Ørsted as they refused to abide by the ruble payment mechanism. Denmark was not bothered about it at all, since it was confident that the winters would be pleasant for them because of its 85% full reserve. But the EU's recent 15% gas reduction diktat has also concerned Denmark. Now the Tyra 2 gas field is also delayed. Denmark had aimed to temporarily increase its gas production and become a net exporter of gas next year. But now they would be cooling their heels. Denmark has to go back to European market, which is also unfortunately Russia-linked. Martin Hansen, Deputy Director of the Danish Energy Agency, stresses that the delay of the Tyra 2 project is a bad sign as it means reliance on Russia. Martin Hansen stresses, unfortunately, the delay in rebuilding Tyra will prolong our dependence on gas from the European market. One must never forget that Europe has deep dependence on Russia for its energy supplies. The sole natural gas supplier in 2019 for North Macedonia, Moldova, and Bosnia and Herzegovina was Russia, whereas the case of Germany is already world known. Denmark was an exception since it possessed a gas field that was providing for all of its energy needs and was fully operational. After its closure, the country started importing about 75% of its gas supplies from Russia via Germany. Now Copenhagen has only one chance to save itself, that is, by retreating to Russia and resume the supplies to pre-war levels. Believe it or not, in the future, Denmark would be backtracking on some of its recent steps it took to thwart Russia. So, Denmark would be hopping into Mother Russia's lap anytime now.